Greetings and Chatelet, everyone. Here's a couple of SD wrappers containing, you can see, micro SD cards and down at the bottom there, which I'm going to pull out and show to you. You know the deal on my website and on my YouTube channel that don't allow comments because of Google, not because of me. All they have to do is give me power and I will institute comments again. You can get a hold of me on my website. So I've carried a 400 gigabyte micro SD card around for quite a long time. Maybe a year, and here just recently I got this 512 gigabyte Lexar, and that all that memory's on that little tiny card. The chip in there, I imagine, is very tiny, probably 1/8 of an inch square, maybe even smaller. But this came today in the mail from SanDisk, and they sold out right away, so they saved me one. If I can get this little guy out of here. There we go. This is a 1 terabyte micro SD card, and like the other Lexar and some of my other 128 to 56 gigabyte cards, if we can see this clearly, you'll see the just to the left of the A2. Maybe I can hold this differently and get a better look. Not quite good enough. Almost there. Let's try it this way. Ready? Yeah, just hold it that way. There we go. There's a 3 in there in that little horseshoe next to the A2. And the 3 is your better flash cards today for your cameras and things like that. There's probably faster cards that cost a heck of a lot more than these do. I mean, the 128 gigabyte with 3 in it, you can get them for $20-some when they're on sale, $30-some at the very most. And but I imagine that if you paid $150 for 128 gig and it had a super speed rating greater than these, and you might want something like that for whatever purpose. Maybe shooting raw pictures or 4K video or whatever. Although this is supposed to be good for 4K video, but that is 1 trillion bytes on there, 1 terabyte. And that's a micro SD card. It's very tiny. So there we go. And for use in my cameras, I plug the little card back into the SD wrapper here, and then it goes into the SD slot on the camera. So a lot of these things, the way that they're rated is, you know, if you take a brand new card or a card that's freshly formatted and start writing to it, and you don't erase anything, you might be able to get a pretty good continuous write of more than 20 megabytes a second, maybe even 50. Who knows? I don't know. But if you use it for computer backup and you start erasing and rewriting and erasing and rewriting, you'll eventually find these things drop to probably about 4 megabytes a second, possibly even less in some cases. That's because they have to shuffle data around. Although on a 1 terabyte, you shouldn't have to do too much of that. I mean, the card does it kind of automatically, the controller of these SD cards, because that's the way flash memory works. I don't think it's ever changed. So anyway, the hint about these cards is that because I had a bunch of 128s fail on me trying to use them as computer backup, I finally found after several years a statement by, I believe it was Samsung on their website, with some of their highest tech cards, the whatever it is, select, and whatever they might have something above select on their 256 gigabyte cards, and they warn you can't use them in security applications or other places with high intensity writing. Although they say GoPro's okay and cameras are okay, and even 4K video. But obviously, I think you don't want to use these for computer backup. You want to get something that's much bigger and absorbs heat better. This is probably what kills the things. They call it heat proof, but you know, I don't know, maybe it's heat proof for being out in sun with you in 110 degrees, Palm Springs or whatever. But the kind of heat generated in a computer with these things when you're writing like 100 gigabytes at a time is probably just way too much. And that's about all I want to say about this. This cost $450 plus tax plus shipping. Was over $500. By contrast, the half size of that, the 512 gigabyte, got for $99, now sells for $79. So why it's so cheap, I don't know. But I'd bet anything this 512 is just as reliable as this 1 terabyte card. They both have the same exact ratings on them. So anyway, here's a quick look at a 1 terabyte micro SD card, and good luck out there. Thank you very much.